Information security controls, the control measures that IT takes to help protect your data. And of course, your data does include personal and sensitive personal data, so it's equally important and applicable for data privacy as well. We'll discuss some of these controls in this video. Welcome to my YouTube channel where we have been watching a lot of content on data privacy, and we'll continue to have latest content on a daily basis. What is data privacy? Data privacy gives me the right to choose what personal information do I want to share, with whom do I want to share this, what is my purpose of sharing this information, and in turn what would be the result I'll get from the respective third party with whom I'm sharing the information. It could be my choice of work that I share. It could be someone asking me for my information for a given task, either marketing or any task that needs my personal information. They can also tell me that they want to share it with any other third party, and again, it's my choice to decide whether I want to allow that or not. And data privacy gives me those rules and laws that help me protect my interest if in case I see my data being wrongly used or wrongly shared, right? The process of the third party seeking my permission in order to collect my data, store my data, process my data, and even share my data with another third party is known as consent management. So if I am opening a new bank account, so bankers can ask me about my personal information. They may ask for 20 things, and I may not feel appropriate to share all 20 things, right? For example, my saving accounts does not need to have details of my kids, right? Until unless I make one of them as nominees. Or my company current account definitely does not need to have any details of my family. So I don't think I need to share that. On the other side, if the bank tells me that to open your account or to dispatch checkbooks and other things to your address, we'll be doing it through a third party and sharing your personal information with a third party. It is my choice whether I decide or allow them to do that or not. Maybe it's a matter of collecting checkbook. I may not need it because I can carry out all the transactions online, or maybe I can go to the bank and collect it, and they should have a consent form wherein they ask me whether I need things electronically or physically, right? So that is consent management and data privacy. Of course, there's a lot of detail on consent management, and videos are available on my channel for that. Now, when it comes to information security follows the CIA Act. Your information that I am holding with me needs to be confidential, its integrity has to be maintained, and the availability has to be maintained, which means that it should be encrypted, it should be not allowed for unauthorized access. People, even if they have access to my systems, really depends on who has access to your data and to what level of access he has. I should be running checksums to ensure that the data does not get corrupted, and I should have backups and other security measures available so that in case the primary data's integrity is lost or it has been corrupted, then I can get it back from the backup data, right? So that's a basis of CIA triad: confidentiality, integrity, and availability. And it does follow role-based access control mechanisms also, wherein unauthorized access is not allowed, and unauthorized usage, disclosure, or sharing of the information is also not allowed. So that's the basics of what information security is. It's very, very important for us because we are talking of personal and sensitive personal data. Now we move on to what kind of controls do you have on information security. So first and foremost is having an information security policy, which is a very basic thing. All information security systems have the policy on as to how are they going to manage and maintain the CIA triad within the information that they hold. They do build resilience in information resources. You will see disks are generally rate protected, storage are having multiple controllers, servers are having clusters. So you have a lot of resilience built in the entire system. Even in a larger environment, you will have a complete DR site where the data is replicated from a primary to a secondary site. And you should align them with the privacy policy, where you have mentioned clearly what information you are storing and how you are storing it. How are you managing the confidentiality of that information? You should create an organizational structure. Again, you have it for InfoSec. You have well-defined roles and responsibilities. You should now add up privacy as well into it, because privacy is dealing with only personal information, and it's a very important aspect, right? You can't ignore data privacy now, because you don't want someone to steal data out of your databases or your file servers and allow anyone else to misuse it. And if you get caught in all that, then there are very huge penalties that you have to bear. So you should distinguish functions and responsibilities, especially between your InfoSec team and your privacy team, because the functions are different. So functions have to be set, responsibilities have to be set accordingly. Then comes the asset management, because the asset has the information, so you have to document the entire life cycle of it. The most important thing is how you dispose of the asset. Right? InfoSec maintains leak protection, backup, everything. But when you are disposing it off, how does it happen? People would say, I have deleted the files, but they are retrievable, right? But then there are mechanisms like multipass deletions and degauging of disks, through which you can make sure that the data is not recoverable from the assets that you are disposing of. Right? Physical environment security is very important. You have to secure it from intrusion, use biometrics, use multi-factor authentications to make sure that unauthorized people do not get into your system. Your communications should be secure, email security should be applied, firewall restrictions should be applied, not extra or irrelevant ports or services should be allowed to communicate with your systems, and you should ensure that your communications are not intercepted, no one can break them through, no one can read out what you are communicating to others. Other controls include your software security. You need to be very careful about the software development that you are doing, softwares that you are acquiring and implementing. Do they have those bugs or something that can leak out your information while working on your phones or while working even on your servers? So you should do a very good due diligence of the software vendor from whom you are procuring a new software application. You should maintain version controls. You should do patching. And patching and version control are two very critical aspects of operating systems as well as of various applications, especially operating systems, because new vulnerabilities keep coming, right? And most of OS vendors keep launching the new security patches to keep you updated. The important thing is that are you applying those patches or not? And then your external relationships. You should handle the incidents that happen with external people. External people could be your vendors, third-party contractors. It could be very small examples. You organize a picnic for your staff, so there is a transport mechanism, there is a food and supply mechanism, there is a third party, could be a small picnic, could be a restaurant, a larger one, overnight stay could be hotels, travel, etc. So what kind of contracts you have with them, and how are you going to ensure that your personal information, because with these kind of third parties, it's more of personal information than your databases that are working in, right? So to ensure how you are able to take care of these, you should design and implement proper business continuity plans for your personal information, sensitive information, and actually for all your InfoSec data and information. How do you, and of course all this helps you to do compliance adherence. Right? If you are following all controls properly, you are there with the compliance, and you follow the strict guidelines set by various compliance standards. A quick brief on how do you implement these controls. Conduct your risk assessment. See what are the potential threats and vulnerabilities you have in your organization. Assess the impact of these risks. Select appropriate controls. So you decide based on the risk as to what are the ways that you can control these risks. Choose all those controls that address these risks. Ensure that they are cost effective. They should not become a, like we read about this in the privacy by design module as well, that your privacy implementation should not be so heavy that it starts impacting the other projects of the organization, right? And then you should regularly monitor and review your controls. You should create matrices that help you define your performance and how they are improving on a continuously basis. And you should keep updating and improving your privacy policies and privacy mechanisms along with your InfoSec mechanisms, right? Privacy is a continuous journey. You keep acquiring applications, operating systems, equipments, so everything has to be well protected, because everything is going to have some or the other form of personal information of one of your relationships. Could be your vendors, could be your employees, could be your customers, could be a third party contract, right? So that is what I had to talk about information security controls. They are important from your InfoSec point of view. They are equally important from the data privacy point of view as well. I hope you like my content. Please press like and bell icon. Please subscribe to my channel. You will get regular updates on the new content that I am uploading, and share your feedback in the comment section. Thank you.